Hey guys, it's NurseDJ. Today I'm going to be answering one of the other questions that was sent to me. The question was regarding the difference between a 4-year BSN and an accelerated BSN, because I told you guys that I am in the admissions process for an accelerated BSN program. This particular person was a high schooler, so I can understand that a lot of times you're not aware of the difference between different nursing programs. So I'm here to talk about it today. Traditionally, for someone coming out of high school, what the plan usually is to enter into college. And if you know that you're interested in nursing, then you'll enter into a traditional 4-year BSN program. How the 4-year BSN programs are typically set up is that your first 2 years, your freshman and sophomore year of college, you'll be completing prerequisite courses, or not really prerequisite courses, but more so your general education requirements. And that would be, your arts requirements, your humanities requirements, English, literature, those sorts of things. Or if you go to, I know some private colleges, like I attended a private undergraduate college, and we had some specific things, like my university was religiously affiliated, so I had some religion requirements to complete as well. And then some nursing schools work differently than others, but at some, then once you have completed your sophomore year, or during your sophomore year, you'll then have to apply to the upper level nursing division. So even though you come in as a nursing major, you're not automatically a part of the nursing program until you've successfully completed your first 2 years and been approved by the School of Nursing to enter in during your junior year. So the actual nursing program, when you start doing clinicals and things of that nature, will be during your junior or senior year, your last 2 years of undergraduate. And then at the end of that, you would take your NCLEX exam, your NCLEX RN exam, and would move on as you normally would. In my case, which wouldn't normally apply to a high schooler, but in my case, I've already earned my baccalaureate degree in biology with a minor in chemistry. And then I decided that I was interested in nursing. I just knew I was interested in science. When I came into college, I was interested in science primarily in general. So for me, I already have a 4-year degree. So a lot of nursing schools, and I mean a lot of them now, have developed accelerated programs, or now you may see them titled as second degree programs in nursing, instead of saying an accelerated BSN program. So with those programs, they're usually 2 years, but they tend to count it in months instead of years. So I've seen as little as 12 months to 16 months. They range in that length of time. So it's not even 2 years. I correct myself. It's just a little over 1 year for most programs. And so when you think about that normally you're completing your nursing requirements in 2 years in a traditional 4-year BSN, and they're condensing that 2 years into 12 months in certain programs, yeah, it can be pretty challenging, pretty fast-paced. So that is what I'm going after, so that I can get into the workforce and work as an RN, registered nurse, in a fairly quick manner. How this program is set up is they expect you do not have to major in a science degree, but your degree has to be non-nursing. If you have a nursing degree, you are not eligible to apply to an accelerated BSN program. Think about it. So if you have an associate's degree in nursing, for instance, or you're an LPN, it would not make sense for you to go into an accelerated BSN program. Therefore, because they have programs RN to BSN, LPN to BSN, specifically for those people. An accelerated BSN is just for people who did not major in nursing in the undergraduate. And But there are prerequisites, such as general biology, general chemistry. Some nursing schools do require organic chemistry. Some of them also require genetics, and I think a few of them require molecular. Some of them just require some upper level sciences more so than others. But for me, I had all those prerequisites because I did major in biology, which was a plus for me. I didn't have to go and take other courses, except nutrition and developmental psychology, which I'm enrolled to take right now. And my first class actually starts this week, so I'll be updating y'all on how my developmental psychology and nutrition class is going and stars out. But moving on with the accelerated BSN program, um, other than those differences, the classes are still the same. You're still going to take your foundations of nursing. You're still going to take your adult gerontological um, training. You're still going to have typically just as many clinical hours. Um, it's just really condensed. The credit hours are really packed in there, and you're getting everything at a quick pace. And then, just like the traditional 4-year BSN, you're going to take your NCLEX RN exam at the end. So that's how that works. Now, a bonus is that now a traditional 4-year BSN and a accelerated BSN or second degree program are not the only avenues to get into nursing now. Certain schools, and there's just a handful right now, but I know there's Johns Hopkins School of Nursing offers a master's entry into nursing program. So instead of earning a second bachelor's degree, you then be earning a master's. But you'll have your master's of science in nursing. But when you come out and pass you're still taking the same NCLEX exam as those who have a BSN. So you will still be a registered nurse. You'll just have a master's degree instead of a bachelor's degree. A lot of people get confused with this because the credentials are the same when it comes to applying to your job at the hospital. And I had to learn about this from some of my family members that were nurses, explaining the difference in the program. The master's program is just over 2 years long. You do get more clinical hours. I know specifically at Johns Hopkins, they offer about 1,000 hours, but that's because the length of the program is longer. And overall, you do go a little bit deep. You take some upper level nursing classes that the accelerated BSN program doesn't quite get to because of the time constraint. But when you apply to the hospital that you would like to work in and the specific department that you would like to work in, you're still seen as a registered nurse. But masters can look good and show that you've had more education. So they will look at that. But your credentialing, your ID, everything, you're still going to be an RN. The good thing is, so with that being said, don't think that you can't. There are many accelerated BSN programs that allow you to get extra training through electives. For me personally, I want to work in home health and hospice. So even in an accelerated BSN program that's only 12 or 14 or 16 months, a lot of times that last semester they give you the opportunity to specialize in a certain area of nursing that you want to practice in. Again, like I said, these master's entry programs are pretty new. Not that many schools have them yet, but it's the cutting edge of nursing where they're moving things upward. For instance, just a few years ago, your only option of becoming a nurse practitioner was to get your master's degree. And that was kind of the terminal degree for nursing. You got your master's, you were a nurse practitioner in, family practice or adult care or pediatrics, and you had the highest degree you could obtain in nursing. Now, the American Board of Nursing, I'm not sure what the correct title is, excuse me for that, but they're pushing for, in the near future, anyone who wants to be a nurse practitioner should have a doctorate of nursing practice. And you can also get a PhD in nursing as well. But they're pushing for that. So as they push the terminal degree upward, that also pushes these lower degrees upward too. So I can imagine that eventually, for people who have a bachelor's degree in a non-nursing subject, will only be getting masters in the forthcoming future. So there's that. I kind of like that. I kind of like the idea that you can have your doctorate as a nurse. I'm not sure at this point in time if I want to earn my doctorate, but I'll decide that as time moves on. I really hope that that really clears up any misunderstanding about the difference between a traditional 4-year BSN program and an accelerated BSN program. But again, I want to sum up that if you're a high schooler and you know that you want to go into nursing, your best bet is to just apply to a standard 4-year program at the college of your choice, college or university of your choice. And if you're someone like me that's a little bit more non-traditional, if you're a career changer and you've been working in any random career out there, but you know your heart is set for nursing now, then accelerated BSN programs are right for you. If you're someone that did not major in nursing in college and you've or a year or two or so outside of your undergraduate, or you can have an upper level degree such as a master's or something and go back and get the second degree as well in nursing. Accelerated BSN programs are for you as well. So that is the difference, and I hope now y'all understand what programs you need to be researching and where you should be looking for different programs. Continue to send in questions. I'm loving the attention that y'all are giving me, the messages that y'all are sending me. I love it. Continue. Until next time, NurseDJ.